Looks like we are live. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Day 64 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million. Current revenue is at $1,135. I've got a lot on my plate today. I've been up since 5 a.m. this morning, working on a couple different things. But the biggest thing that I'm excited about is that, we now have ViewCreator to the point where it's very far along, right? Like, this is a product that's obviously ready to ship. And we're going to continue to, work on some bugs today, as well as one of the biggest things that we're going to be working on is trying to figure out, hey, how can we get this content scheduling feature working? So we removed it from the sidebar since, it doesn't actually need to be in the sidebar yet. But let's actually get these running. And I'm going to have to do a couple things on my end to actually get the stream up and running. But let's just launch locally here. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about essentially what we were doing yesterday with the scheduling. So as you guys know, we connected the YouTube API because what we're going to do is we're going to make it that so that creators can actually post and schedule content inside of ViewCreator and be able to create the content inside of ViewCreator and then publish it from ViewCreator onto their platforms. Looks like our API is having an issue here. I know how to fix it, but give me 1 second. I got to do a couple things on my end to get the stream started. And then I'll check chat and we'll get underway. But we're going to make progress today as normal, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the new thumbnail. I just actually made this thumbnail in ViewCreator. So if I go to my ViewCreator account here, if I go over to YouTube tools, what you guys are going to see is on my YouTube tools here. I just made the thumbnail. I think it was this one right here, right? So this thumbnail I just made in like literally just a few seconds, which was nice on ViewCreator. So it is a great tool to be able to use. But let me do a couple things. I gotta do 1 or 2 things on my end to get this going, and then we'll get started. Let's see here. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in, chat. I haven't checked chat yet, but I will in a second. Here we go. What's up? What's up? All right, there we go. All right, perfect. All right, so we're going to be working on that today, though, the scheduling feature. That's going to be important, and apparently it takes time. A couple people in chat yesterday were essentially saying, hey, get started on it now, because you have to, like, for TikTok and for Meta and for Instagram, I guess those two go hand in hand, but you have to actually, basically do a couple things to enroll in that program. So, yeah, we're going to do that here. All right. All right, let's get it. All right, I'm checking chat right now. 1 sec. All right, here we go. What's up, Sam Stone? How's it going? Jesse Pinkman, how's it going? What's up, guys? All right, so let's get started. I just pinged chat. So first thing I need to do is I need to pull up ChatGPT, or I just launched Atlas, didn't I? That's all right. ChatGPT. Why did they have to call it ChatGPT Atlas? Like, why couldn't they just call it Atlas? That's all right. All right, so I'm going to launch ChatGPT, and all right, here we go. Yusuf, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Fooled by Primes, what's up? Jesse, thank you. All right, I'm going to pin the Discord and chat. Thank you, Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. He's been crushing it lately. I'm definitely going to move up the ranks. All right, so let me find this. There's a Postgres error that I need to solve real quick. Very, very simple to solve, but I just need to find the chat real quick. I have one of these chats. Okay, here it is. And just take this, put it here. Boom. But yeah, I hope you guys are all working on good projects today. We're going to make a lot of progress. Amr Jack, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Also, okay, so let's, looks like the API is now going to launch correctly. So, looks like error, refused. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me take a look at this. What is failing to connect here? All right, I'll take a look at this. Oh. I'm getting all these weird errors here. Hold on. Let's just launch Claude here and figure out what's going on. CD into ViewCreator API. I will say I have been using Claude Code a little bit more lately. And the reason that I've been using Claude Code more is because I learned about this Ultra Think. And if you guys haven't used Ultra Think, it's very, very useful. All right, read the logs on the API. Legato, good to see you as well. All right, so we're gonna work on that and fix that so we can actually, get into development. But we're gonna pick right up where we left off. So this Claude Code window here, if you guys remember, we created a very large implementation plan. Let me pull up Cursor. Obviously, yesterday was a huge day with Cursor 2.0 being rolled out. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it. That Composer 1 was able to build, I'm not kidding, it was able to build a new feature that I'm gonna show you guys if you missed that stream. Essentially, we had Composer 1 built a full stack Instagram carousel generator in, what was it? I think it was like under 5 minutes, and it was pretty impressive. So this is a very fast model. It isn't as intelligent, but I would say that Composer 1 is like it's better than GPT-5 Mini, for example. It's better than Claude 4.5 Haiku. So I am pretty impressed, to be honest, with this. What's up? Also, we're going to be integrating Redis into the project in BullMQ. So if you guys are familiar with that, we're going to be working on that today. So I am excited to try that out. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so we're integrating Redis into the ViewCreator API, and I've never actually worked with Redis before. So this is going to be really interesting. Okay. Okay, 1 second here. Yeah, the new cursor is pretty good. Okay. All right, I gotta do one thing on my end. Yeah, Redis is gonna be great to integrate. Okay, give me 1 second though. All right, so I'm just gonna say, now implement the next phase. Okay, gotta do one thing on my computer here. But I've got a lot on my plate today, guys. I'm gonna be doing some marketing videos. We're gonna be on stream for about 3 hours today, and we're gonna work on ViewCreator and getting this set up. As you guys can see, it looks like we have a couple steps to do and to manage with this this Redis setup. And the reason that we're setting up Redis is so that we can build some cron jobs. And I've just got to do a couple things on my end. So just give me a second, guys. All right, let me pull up chat. All right, hold on here. Yeah, Redis is so... Okay, so Ultima said, I've been playing around with Composer 1, giving it specs from other AI seems to be the sweet spot. The Gato Meow said, I need to tell you thanks to you adding multi-services to your app. It gave me a crazy idea to add the same to my web app. I had Twitch only, and now I added Kick and YouTube. That's awesome, man. Yeah. The Gato said the new cursor is not too bad. Redis is an excellent cache and great for performance. Yeah, no, Redis. Yeah, so Redis is what, and that's why we're actually getting this error on port 6379 here. So we're gonna fix that. Okay. Corbin, how do you pronounce Redis? Isn't it Redis? Redis. All right, Redis. Is that right? Redis. All right, so we're gonna need to set this up. I've never set it up before, so we're gonna do that because that's in. Okay, Redis. Okay, Redis. Okay. All right, good to know. I've never used it before, so this is gonna be interesting. So if you guys have never set up Redis before, let's actually pull up ChatGPT real quick, and let's just ask it, hey, what's the purpose of it? I know that a lot of people use it for caching and for other things. What is the main use of Redis in a project? But yeah, guys, if you are just tuning in, we had a great day yesterday with this new Composer 1 model being released. And then today we are going to be making more progress. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And we're going to be working on setting up Redis here. Oh, my Redis. What's up, Danny? How's it going? Edward said, what's the feature Composer built? Yeah, so let me get the API set up here. But it did create a... okay, so short answer, caching. It did create a Instagram carousel generator in like less than 5 minutes, full stack. So it was pretty impressive. Sam Stone said, it's a really good key store. My SaaS currently handles up around 400,000 background tasks a day with a 1 gigabyte and 1 CPU instance. Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Okay. Okay, so we're going to work on this. I've never integrated it before. So... okay, so we just need to fix this. So also right now, something I just noticed is that my Claude Code instances just started reading my environment variables. And I don't know where this even happened, but they must have done something. Like usually I have it set up so that the EMVs are all hidden, right? But all of a sudden, my EMVs are getting revealed, and Claude does have access to my EMVs. So how do I make it so that Claude Code does not have access to my EMV, my .env file? Because all of a sudden I must have done or changed something, because yeah, I mean, all of a sudden it was like all, my EMVs were like, showing in the instances. So I was like, oh shoot, that's not good, especially with me streaming, because if I can't control when it goes in and looks at the EMVs and it shows it to everyone on stream, that's not even my fault. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So let's get out ahead of that issue. Corbin says, use it like a JSON store for routes and cache them. Oh, interesting. So does it actually speed up the API then? Just because it'll cut down on that latency, or what's your guys' experience on that? All right. Tuan said you should use Redis for auth sessions. Makes it definitely faster. Okay, that's helpful. Bronny said, what's up? Have you tried the Windsurf model, like even 5 times faster than the cursor model? I have not, Bronny. Yusuf asked, are you running everything in Docker? I'm not running the Next front ends, but I am running the API in Docker. But also, I'm just running this. This doesn't need to be. This is Dockerized, but I'm not running it in Docker. Okay, Tuan. All right, so we'll set that up today. But I just want to see, like, hey, let's fix this so I'm not revealing a bunch of EMVs. Okay, Tuan. KStore is always faster than querying Postgres. Okay. Look at these thumbnails I created today. That's hilarious. Day 64. What do you guys think? Samsung said the pub sub is really cool too, but not sure how you would use it. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna learn today, guys. I'm excited. Okay, why is ChatGPT taking like? This should be like super fast. Skip. All right. All right, so let's use Cursor to do this. So I'm gonna open up Cursor. Looks like there's an update, so I'm gonna install the latest Cursor update here. Yeah, Diaz, one more day. Let's go. Let's make progress today. Chuan said it comes in handy once you need to process bulk API calls to prevent rate limiting. Yeah. Yeah, I think the reason that it's setting it up now is because we're going to have this, these API connections to post scheduling. It wants to set up BullMQ. So, okay, Chuan. Elcioso, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Also, guys, there's 40 people watching. If you guys could all like the stream, it actually helps a lot. So, we're showing up every day. We're grinding. Helps a lot for you guys to do that. Okay, so add a .env to Claude ignore. So I'm just going to add the ViewCreator API. I'm going to add the ViewCreator database. I'm going to add the ViewCreator UI. I'm going to add and we're going to use Composer 1 for this, which is, that new model. And I really like it. I don't know what you guys think about it. It's like, my perspective on it is it's really fast. It's not insanely smart, but it is cool to see what things are probably going to look like, though. Because if you can have a model like GPT-5 or a model like Gemini 3.0 that ends up, coming out that is that fast, that has that level of intelligence, I mean, that will be a game changer. And it does kind of show a little bit about, hey, what the future is going to hold. Then that obviously vibe coding is the future, is because you're going to be able to code that fast with an insanely intelligent model. I mean, that's incredible. So like even for this example, I'm going to say add a .claude ignore file to all of these projects and add the .env and any other associated files that should be ignored by Claude in each repo respectively. And that'll work, right? So this is Composer 1, just submit it, planning next move. Let's see what it does. Yeah, Daku. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, now it's the one for Codex, though. What is the one for Codex so that I can have Codex ignore files? And then also a cursor ignorer too, right? Garfield, it said, hey, I'm not a coder. I've done a good app, but how to deploy all the things. Yeah, so, that's the reason I'm doing the Vibe Academy series. So as you guys know, I am starting another company called Vibe Academy. And we're going to be working on that in more of like a video series, because I think how this is going to work is that, we're launching ViewCreator. We're going to, totally turn off the free plan. We're going to make it a free trial for the Pro plan. And then we're going to really start pushing marketing on after the hackathon. So November 11th. We're going to start with UGC campaigns, and I'm working on content now. So for example, during this period, I'm going to have to go from streaming like 5 to 8 hours a day to only streaming 3 hours a day, so that I can then use my time to do marketing content. So even today, I'll just show you guys a quick video that I did today, and this was very low quality, but I need to essentially get this, I need to create more content. So here's one that I made today. Wait, hold on. Let me pause the music so you guys can check this out. It's not very good. And maybe I'm being hard on myself, but I just am trying to get to the point where, for example, you only get better at stuff by actually doing it, right? So my perspective is, hey, I just need to start taking that next step forward every day on, hey, how can I, make another video today and be able to, move the ball forward on marketing, right? And I'm going to start to do that over these coming weeks. Let me find where let me find out where this is even playing. Where is the music? All right, hold on, guys. I gotta literally. It's like where's Waldo here? I think it's this one. Hold up. I think I found it. All right, I got it. So yeah, so watch this, guys. So I just paused the music so you guys could watch this. Pull up Discord. And okay. As easy as type. And this is not good, but this is just a start, right? So I'm using this new Screen Studio software, which makes it like really easy. I'll kind of like game it and figure it out, but like here's the start. Here was just like kind of like a short form clip that I made. Creating YouTube thumbnails on ViewCreator is as easy as typing in your prompt and dragging and dropping images that you would like to be used as reference. You don't even have to drag or update any backgrounds. You just have to drag and drop your images. Here are two, cursor logo and a picture of my face, and all you have to do is click Generate Thumbnails, and then in seconds, you are going to be able to receive 3 different thumbnails to choose from. Here are 3 thumbnails that I can now use in my YouTube video to get more views. So, I mean, that was just 30 seconds, and it literally took me, like, I did that on, like, one take, and I didn't really try that hard. But, my point with that is I think that the goal for me is to just say, hey, how can you move forward every day on this marketing aspect, especially as that's going to become a significant portion of what's driving us, like, in a couple weeks, So we're going to be working on that more after the stream. I'm probably going to spend about 2 to 3 hours doing that. Danny said I can give some tips on Screen Studio. Pretty powerful once you get the hang of it. Yeah, Danny, I would appreciate that. So Sarah Caffeine said, if you have to stick with only AI agent coding model, what would it be for coding? Probably Cursor, to be honest. I think that Cursor is probably, if you only had one. Okay, so short version, there isn't a special ignore file for Codex right now. Use workspace boundaries and sandbox approval. Okay. Is it agents MD, right? What is the MD file for Codex? Is it agents MD? And then for Claude, what is the same? So it's Claude MD. So, okay, a couple important things to know, and I'm just trying to perfect this on my end. And I've got to stop using ChatGPT. Thinking is awful. Like, it takes way too long. Like, honestly, you just have to... And what even was that? It copied the wrong thing. It just takes way too long to think because, yeah, I mean, it's like 03 or whatever. It's like, isn't it like 03? Hey, Evan, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. But yeah, Jesse, I think that we're just going to have to keep moving. So, okay, so for Codex, it's agents.md. Okay, so it's agents.md and then Claude MD. So I'm now going to go over here and I'm going to use Composer and I'm going to make sure, where even was that one? It was creating a, what did it do? Just disappear? Build UI, fix refresh, no palette. All right, so that just disappeared. Interesting. Can you just run init on Codex and Claude? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. All right, well, we did a Claude ignore, so I think that's going to solve our Claude problem. Let me just test it real quick. So I'm over on my other monitor right here, and I'm just asking Claude, like, literally, I'm telling Claude, look at my EMV and tell me what's in it. All right, so Composer 1's pretty good, but yeah, I think you're right. So if we go to this, we can just launch Codex, and then we can just do an init, and that creates an agents MD file with instructions for the code base. I'm pretty sure that there technically already is one, right? All right, and then Codex. Init, here we can cd into the UI codex init. And then here, which one are we still missing? The ViewCreator. ViewCreator. It's the ViewCreator sponsor UI, right? That one's not done yet. So codex, and then init. And then let's go over here, cd into the ViewCreator database, and then we'll do codex, init. And then here, which one are we missing? Creator UI. Yeah, Creator UI. Oh shoot, this one's working on the same one. Sponsor, UI. This one needs to go to the Creator UI. Codex. Samsung said agreed. I hate ChatGPT. I think I never use it because it's so slow. Yeah, I think like you just have to get used to like using that the instant when it's something simple, and then thinking. I feel like instant is what GPT-4o. It is GPT-4o, and then the thinking is like O3 or whatever. It's just confusing because they marketed it as like literally different, you know. So it's just kind of weird. Which one's missing? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right, hold up. Let me pull up chat. All right, so Sam Stone, thank you again for that. Fooled by Prime said, oh, that reminds me, new version of OWASP Top 10 is about to be published. Last one was a couple years ago. Great security resource. That's awesome. I've never heard of that. Sir Caffeine, which model would it be if you'll use Cursor? I mean, I use all of them inside of Cursor, right? I mean, that's like one of the reasons that Cursor is so nice is because you have access to all the different models. So, you know, that is like kind of the purpose of using Cursor, right? Is it's like you kind of get that. All right, so now where's my other? Let me pull this up. Just want to make sure. Add to my agent's MD file that I never want it to list out any EMV variables in its output. To me, it should know that I am a streamer and all of its output can be seen by people that are watching the stream. So while this should not affect the work that it does, Codex should note that people are watching and that its outputs need to be carefully thought out so that it doesn't expose sensitive information in chat. All right. TT Lamb Dev said, have you faced the issue these agents conflict with each other and start messing each other's codes? Yeah, that's a very common question that I get. But, you know, like, for example, you know, right now, the agents are all working on different files. They all have different tasks. They're in different repositories. And that's something to remember, is that, yeah, you're right. You don't want them to touch, but to just remember that, hey, that's kind of up to you, right? Like, you control the agent. Just make sure that your agents don't cross paths. Neek said Composer 1 is fast, but Windsurf just released as well their SWE 1.5, which is supposed to be near 1,000 tokens per second. You blink, you get app. Is that true? Let's look that up. Hold on. Hung, how's it going? Let's look this up. So apparently people, that's the second time in chat I've seen that today. So Windsurf, SWE 1.5. And is this on X? 8 hours. Introducing, oh my gosh. So they were ready. They were ready. Let's see here. All right. So let's go to Windsurf. So they literally, oh wow. Introducing SWE 1.5, our fast agent model. So they literally dropped this right on Cursor's head. It achieves near SATA coding performance while setting a new standard for speed, now available in Windsurf. All right, and then here's what they said. Oh, wow. 950 tokens. Yeah. Sam Stone said worse than Kimi K2. Well, no, because this is the SWE 1.5. There's no way that this is true. Interesting. Yeah. Do you guys want to try it? SWE 1.5 is now available in Windsurf. And shoot, do I even have Windsurf downloaded? Oh, shoot. All right. They got us, guys. Looks like we're going to have another $200 a month subscription here coming up. They got us. They got us. Yeah, let's try it. Oh yeah, what ended up happening with their deal? Windsurf, OpenAI deal. Did that end up not working out? Falls apart? I didn't even know that. Wow. When did that happen? So it fell apart. Oh wow. That's old news. Oh, so they got bought out by Google for 2.4. Oh, wow. That's insane. Okay. All right, so let's get Windsurf real quick. I think I've tried Windsurf like once, but I mean, this is their response to, I mean, it was literally 15 hours ago, right? Doesn't that line up perfectly with Cursor's release, right? They're like, just drop it. So Cursor sent this out, 22 hours, and then they probably knew, hey, we have to drop this. I mean, 950 tokens a second. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Hung said that Google snapped their founder, and the founder is the only valuable asset, so OpenAI said, screw it. Interesting. Okay, so now Windsurf. All right, they got us, guys. Danny said 1.5. Okay, so W Dan said 1.5 is insane. Can confirm. All right, let's go, guys. All right, if W Dan is saying it, that's when you know it's legit. All right, key bindings. Let's go. All right, hold up. I think I already have an account. Let's surf. All right. So SWE 1.5 is locked. Oh, what do they want? They want my money? They want my money? Guys, I think they want my money already. So hold up. What are we copping? All right. All right. So you have to get Pro to get the model. I mean, I think this is fine. They got me. They officially got me, folks. All right. So we're trying out a new model. And we literally just had to get Windsurf to download it. I want to try it. All right, so they're taking my money right now. Also, if you guys are tuning in and you have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're about to try out this SWE 1.5. Apparently, like, what, 900 tokens per second? That's nuts. All right, so they took my money. Can we reload now? All right. All right, there it is. Okay, so we can now use this. Yeah, refresh, but it says, I mean, let's just try it out. Let's not hate on it until, I need to try it. I need to try it. All right, open folder. All right, so let's try this out. Yes, allow. All right, and then let's go to ChatGPT real quick, and then I just want to make sure that I have, like, for Windsurf, what is the ignore file? Is it like .windsurf ignore, or what is it? Remember when ChatGPT was like, work with Windsurf tab, and that was like a big deal? I feel like nothing ever amounted to that. Okay, so it is Codium ignore. Okay. Okay, so Codium ignore. All right, so how do I do this? I mean, you can see that, you know, I will say, cursor is now pretty far ahead, in my opinion, just because. All right, so here, and then can we drag and drop? Create a Codium ignore file. All right, so, oh my gosh. All right, well, that was fast. All right, so it burned through that. You guys see how fast that was? Let's try it with all the repos. Same thing with all these repos. Sarah Caffeine asked if the Composer 1 model is down. All right, wow, that was fast. All right. All right, so let's like take a look at it. Yeah, that speed, it wasn't even like speed, it was like just instant. All right, I have my .env in here, obviously. All right, cool. All right, so that was really fast. So let's now try it. They don't have, you know, now they're behind. They're way behind on cursor now for sure, just in what cursor's capability of. Yeah, well, let's try it as. That was really fast. Again, this is the SWE 1.5. So Windsurf essentially just released this in response to cursor yesterday. All right, let's try like some UI stuff. Let's just do something easy, right? So let's go here. Yeah, this is Falcon. Okay, so hold on. We have an issue because our API isn't starting up, right? So let me just check this real quick. If we go here, npm run start dev. It's not starting up because it needs Redis to actually work. So I think we may just, for now, just comment that portion out. Auth credentials are not configured. Okay. And what module is this in? Instagram OAuth service. Okay. We are not yet ready to actually configure the auth credentials here. In the API, would you just comment out the imported module that's causing this issue? Leave the code, but just in the app.module, just comment it out so we don't get this issue anymore. And then drop in the API. All right, how fast is this going to be? I'm still getting the error. Refresh Play said Windsurf is backed by pretty smart people, though. Devon team is cracked. Is Windsurf Devon? Queen's module? What is that? Queen's module? Oh, Q's module. Duh. All right, Redis is disabled. All right, perfect. All right, so that did work. So let's just refresh this. I should get redirected, right? Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so one issue that we had a report. Apparently on mobile, this is like breaking. So we're going to see, just for everybody that's joining in, we're trying out the new SWE 1.5 that just got released yesterday inside of Windsurf. Apparently, I mean, where's the, where is this? Okay, so here's the benchmark on this, all right? Oh, Devon bought Windsurf? Oh, wow. Yeah, Devon is, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so 950 tokens per second. So let's put this here. So one issue that we were having is on like mobile here. Look at what's happening. You guys see what's happening on this page? See how it's like the dashboard page is like all messed up here on unwrapping. The model does not support images. All right. All right. So note that the model does not support images. That's important. All right. So let's just drop in. Let's go to the creator and then SRC pages. Then we can go to, wouldn't it just, it's just index, right? It's just literally index. All right, so let's see if this fixes it. One shot, index. Fix the wrapping issue that we're having. You will notice that on mobile screens, the dashboard is essentially wrapping. It's not actually responsive. Identify what's causing this issue and fix it. Review the code. I can't drop in images to you so that you can see this, but the best way that I can describe it is that it's really messed up. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, yeah. So Cognition bought Windsurf. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. All right, it fixed it immediately. All right. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right, so what about... I now need you to make improvements for the mobile view so that things are more compact and that the index page here looks better on mobile screens. I mean, that's instant. This really is the future. Like, if they can get like GPT-5 in a model this fast, imagine that. Yeah, Root Mike, it's insanely fast. Yeah, Sam. All right, so that did improve it a little bit. Now let's like go to some of these other pages, right, and see. Okay, this one is also having some of these issues. This page also has some issues in its wrapping on mobile. Fix them. Make the same updates and make it consistent with what we did on the index page. All right, Refresh Play said, I was surprised when Google launched Flash models. Everyone learned it from Google. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Wow. Yep. Yeah, Yusuf. Yeah, Matthew. Gatto. Samsung said that for tasks that don't require really complex stuff, that is super fast. Yeah. All right, that fixed it. Super, super fast. All right, agent runs. What about that page? All right. Same thing. Super, super fast. Schweb said, how do you think SWE 1.5 compares to Composer 1? Well, I just started using it, right? But this is way faster. This is 950 tokens. So it's 4 times faster, more than 4 times faster than Composer. Because Composer is, I actually made a post about it on X. So let's go here. Composer is like 200. It's just a little bit over 200 tokens a second. So it's 4 times faster. Yeah, the UI updates worked really fast, really well as well. Let's just now do this. Drop in all the pages, update all the pages now with these enhancements. Do not break functionality, only update UI, and do not make mistakes, and make things perfectly consistent. All right, so we're literally going to update every single page in the website now. What's the context window? That's a good question. I'm sure that there has to be something. Maybe Perplexity will know. All right, so we're just sending it and updating every single page. Yesterday, Windsurf released a new model called SWE 1.5. What is the context window on it? All right, so let's figure out the context window. So very low, 128,000. So, all right, did it update every single page? I want you to update every single page in Pages with this update. Okay. I mean, I wonder where Perplexity found that. Can we see? Compare. It's saying 128,000. I don't know where it got that, but yeah, Tanthium. Yeah, it's Windsurf Tanthium. Sorry, I missed your original chat. Yeah. So let's see. Is it like messing it up, or is it good? So like YouTube. What did it just update? Instagram. This looks good. What about X? It's about to do X. Also, if you guys are new around here and you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And we also have a Discord community, so make sure you join the Discord as well if you haven't already. I think we have over. Let me check real quick. We have over 550 members now, which is insane, growing so fast. All right, apply mobile optimizations to calendar. So we're essentially doing mobile optimizations and. Yeah, I mean, it's super fast. What about brand profiles? Like, has this been done? I don't think this one was done. Same thing for this page. Because you guys see how bad the wrapping is? Let's see if it fixes it. Refresh Plays said, need to add a padding on top in each platform's page. Wait, hold up here. The padding on the top? I didn't think so. Well, here, let me check it in a second, but let's see what it does here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? That's a huge improvement. Wow. But is it messing up what it looks like normally? No. Wow. All right. That's pretty impressive, guys. Settings. All right, you said padding on the top. I don't think it did this one. Same thing with this page. From the sides, it's too far left. It's too attached to the left. I don't think so. Is it just maybe on one screen? I don't think so. I think it's even. At least on my end, it looks even. Refresh. So let's see what it does here. It should make it like the other ones, right? Where it kind of makes that top part a little bit more compact. All right, Sam Stone said, oh, wow. Yeah, guys, this is really good. Super impressed, honestly. Sam Stone said, how does the $15 plan work? Because it says 500 credits a month. Is it pay per usage after that? I see no higher plan. Yeah, I mean, usually I try and buy the most expensive plan possible as soon as I see it, so I'm a little bit worried that there's no $200 plan here, guys. All right, those all look consistent. Playground could use some improvements. Not really. It's just that this doesn't need to be as... Or it doesn't take model. It doesn't... Same thing with this page. The total generation, success rate, credits invested, and average per job on mobile, it takes up essentially the entire viewport. Change this and update it to come up with a better styling for mobile so that that doesn't take up so much space. All right, now it said it's doing the titles page here. That's pretty good. It like centered that, it's fine. Super impressed. All right, Refresh said, can you check how much credits did you use? Add-on credits at $10 for every 250 credits. Okay, how do I check the credit usage? Do I just go to my Windsurf dashboard or something? So for all of you joining us, we're trying out a new model right now, which is actually, essentially, it's Windsurf's response to Cursor. So Cursor yesterday released Cursor 2.0 and their new model called Composer 1. And then Windsurf responded by releasing a model called SWE 1.5, which has 4 times the amount of tokens per second, 950 tokens per second. And it's pretty much like... I think, was that it hitting its context limit? But it's pretty much instant, and I'm pretty impressed. I'm very impressed. Click on Pro bottom. Oh, here. Okay. So 488 prompts. Okay, so 488. So I just used 12 credits so far. So in terms of like my whole plan, so just in this conversation alone, I've used what? 10 out of 500. What is that, 2%? Or 1%? I don't know. 2%, I think, yeah. Let's just call it that. I dropped out of school, guys. Give me a break. I got an AI brain here. Matthew Chang said, doesn't make sense to build a mobile app for it, I feel. Tanthian says, why do you not make a new one for Android and iOS with React Native? What do you mean? Because this is a web application. It's Nest. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm super impressed. So let's see how it does here. Let's see what it comes up with. So I basically told it, hey, this, you know how it says all this? Like, these don't need to be that big, right? There's no need for that. Yeah, Hung said, this is good for minor fixes. Yeah, I agree. Sam Stone said 500 isn't much. Look at that. Boom. Grid layout. Boom. That's fire. Shrinking things. I mean, this is insane. Very impressed. Wow. Super impressed. All right, Need Daco said 1 credit equals 1 prompt. The promo says 1 credit right now. Don't know how much once it's not promo. 2 credits. 500 prompts entered for 15 bucks doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad, personally. It's insane. What about for agents? Nice. So insane. I mean, you can kind of watch the future just be like created right before us, you know? It's incredible. All right, now what if we go back to like the homepage of the website, right? And now we do that, but with this, right? Like now let's actually, I think this is better because a lot of people, you know, they're like, hey, this isn't, you know, the homepage of the website isn't, you know, super mobile friendly. So let's see, let's test this out. I think this will, because like right now, for example, hey, when I see this, I see create viral content 10 times faster, right? And content in 10 times faster is like kind of what they called like widows. And that needs to be fixed, right? So let's see if this model can actually pick up on that. So let's drop in index. Same thing now with the index page in ViewCreator UI. Improve the mobile responsiveness and the mobile styling. Mozum said, what are some of the extensions apps to increase productivity? What do you mean, just like in vibe coding, or what do you mean, like to just increase what type of productivity? Refresh Play said, I guess some mob deleted my message. It wasn't a promo, just a alternative to Shoots, which isn't privacy friendly. I don't know who deleted it, but it wasn't me. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now we're trying out the new SWE 1.5 model on Windsurf. I didn't see any changes there. Literally didn't see anything. Try again. The hero component there is wrapping poorly and not responding well to mobile screens. Review and update the hero component there. And I think there's actually a components here, and if I go to, where is it? Home. Update the components in the home directory here. All right, so let's see how fast this is able to do. Champion said, I mean, ViewCreator app for Android and iOS with React Native. Yeah, you could probably do that. Oh, okay, so it just updated it. Buttons are huge. This looks a little bit better. Okay, Mozum said, how can I start vibe coding as a complete beginner? I am 20 years old. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I mean, this is pretty much immediate updates. Like, the speed-wise, it is immediate. All right, for the tools carousel on mobile, it should be smaller so the user can see more tools in one viewport. Okay, so to answer your question, Mozum, so I think that to get started, you just have to get started, right? You have to start working on projects. You have to start kind of being involved in the space. I think that's very important. That looks pretty good. And the best way to learn is just get your hands dirty. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. But how does it look once you expand it, right? Normal. Very impressed by that. What about this one? Did it do that one as well? I mean, the updates are essentially immediate. Yusuf said, I tried the model in Flutter to build something. It just generates a lot more errors. Yeah, like that update was bad there. I mean, actually, no, not really. All right, Chide said Convex is way better for vibe coding in its backend. It's a type-safe way, easier for LLM to understand. I have not used Convex myself, so I can't really give a good recommendation on that. I have heard about it, though. All right, so do that. Oh, wow. So I actually don't like the changes that I made on this I'm going to revert this page here. So does it have the ability to revert? That's a good question. Oh, wow. Okay. So here's something to note is that unless I'm not seeing this correctly, yeah, it looks like you can't, or wait, is that it right there? I'm trying to see if there's a way for you to be able to, yeah, you can't. You can't revert back to a specific spot that you liked. Oh, wait, no, you can. Revert to this point. Okay, never mind, you can. Okay, revert to this point. Okay, so I'll revert there. Confirm, yes. So it's going to revert. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, much better. All right, so just very interesting. Okay, so let's do keep all, accept all, and very impressed. Very impressed. Sui 1.5 on Windsurf. Pretty good. All right, so let's get back to grinding. All right, Chief said, how are you able to get the agents to look at the local host? You just can drop in the URL. Yeah, I usually just drop in URLs. Okay, also one thing I need to do is I need to update my... I need to now do this with Claude, so let's do Claude. And then init. Okay. That's a Claude. And then I think that I can do this here. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to do that. Black Diamond said to use E2E tests. I am dealing all the time with 10% to 20% failed tests, even when my production code is flawless. Yeah, I've got end-to-end tests. Testing, people have like different opinions on it. Sometimes I don't feel like it's like super needed. Sometimes testing can just be like a little bit more of like a burden of another thing that you have to manage. You know, if you're QAing stuff and it's working, I think that's the most important, because you can have tests that are passing and then when you QA it doesn't work, right? So I think that like one thing to just note is that, you know, tests are really up to you if you want to have them or not in your application. I find I don't get a ton of use out of them. And sometimes, especially as a solo developer, it adds in an extra layer of complexity that you don't necessarily need, right? Okay. Perfect. Cheetah said, which framework are you using for this app? So I'm using Next in Postgres. Oh, wait, did that already... Wait, no, I need to do init, don't I? No, I do use end-to-end tests, but just I don't like, I have them, but they're not like the most important thing in the world, if that makes sense. Yeah, Neek, thank you. I think you have a good point. Harshu, how's it going? How is the weekly limit on the Claude? Let's check the usage. We actually have some more Opus usage. Yeah, so not crazy. Yeah. You know, I have max plans to pretty much everything, so, you know, I get to use Codex and all these other tools, so it's like kind of hard to max out the plan. It's very easy to max it out. You could, okay. Refresh said, why did you send the same prompt to multiple Claude Code windows? Because essentially I needed to update it to know that I'm streaming and to not be like, you know, putting environment variables and stuff in its output. Because yesterday when I was off stream, it actually displayed some environment variables, and I was like, oh shoot, I was like, that's not good. I'm happy that I'm not on stream. I was just surprised because it usually doesn't do that, so I was like, whoa. So kind of just a little safety thing for me. No, Spark, there's not going to be API access to it. It's going to be a proprietary product. SaaS. Harshat, what's up? If you guys haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. It's another day, another stream, but when you guys do that, I see 55 people watching, only 16 likes, so if you haven't already liked or subscribed, make sure you do both those things. Yeah, Cheetah, I have tried it. I actually just tried SWE 1.5 as well. All right. So let's use Opus. We're gonna get our Opus limit. We still have 58%. So I feel like now is gonna be a really good time to be able to start to use Opus. So let's switch our model and let's use Opus here. And what is it? It's the, let's actually find the MD. What is the MD file related to the YouTube API and the social media content posting? I'm actually making an X post real quick on this. What is it from on Windsurf? Rex, how's it going? Harshet, making good progress. Right now we're working on the content posting. So we're working on the ability to connect to the YouTube API so that from ViewCreator, people are going to be able to actually post to YouTube. So it looks like something, oh, the API isn't even up, is it? Oops. Yeah, 950 tokens per second is insane. And I have a hard time trusting the benchmarks because every benchmark is always like, it's better than GPT-5. And yeah, I mean, it's just not, you know? So I don't like it when they do that because it's kind of like a little bit redundant where it's like, all right, like, come on, guys. Okay, so here's a tool that we actually built yesterday with Composer 1, and I want to test it out now. So for example, we built this, which is an Instagram carousel generator. So for example, I can describe, you know, the carousel here, and then let's just take in one of these as reference, right? So let's just download this one here. Or no, actually I really like this one. So let's download that one, right? And let's now go here. And we're just going to do five carousels, generate. And I want to make sure that this actually works. But what it does is, if you guys are familiar with Instagram carousels, this will actually generate your Instagram carousels for you. So I gave it a prompt. I actually used Spark to be able to create the prompt for that. And, you know, now we're putting that in. So we'll see here how it works. Network error. Okay. unprocessable entity. So let's figure out why this failed. All right. Yeah, Neek. Okay, so let's figure out what's causing this. So I want to launch Claude. Oh, wait, let's go over to the... let's just go back. All right, so Opus. All right, cool. All right, so that should fix. Caption generator, we also created this. Which one's good for UI? Usually I have a lot of luck with Opus or Anthropic models. Sonnet's pretty good as well. Okay, so here, based on the Claude MD file, no. No, I'm talking about the README file that's particularly associated with the YouTube API and scheduling posts. All right, so I'm interested to see where are we at in this project, and then how can we integrate Redis, or Redis, sorry. That goes to show that I've never used it before, so we're gonna be integrating that today. Why can I not find this README? Here, let's see if, start a new conversation. Find the README in the project that is about the 6-step phases about implementing the scheduling and the YouTube API. All right, so that's actually really nice. All right, so if you guys saw what I did there, pretty much I was using Claude Opus to find that originally. But hey, a better thing to do is to just use, you know, this new model to be able to do that really quickly. YouTube API integration plan, but why can it not be found here? Oh, it's because I'm in the API. Oh, duh. All right. Okay, so that actually was not Opus's fault. But still, that model is really fast. Okay, BFR, what's up? How's it going? Did I ditch cursor? No, I'm just trying. There's a new model that got released called SWE 1.5, and it's like a fairly intelligent model. Not crazy though, but it can go 950 tokens per second. So I was just trying that out today. Tony, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Backtime Upside said, which web framework do you use to build websites? I use Next.js. Okay, I'm gonna grab some food real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Just an apple. I'm back. All right, cool. Looks like it is encrypting. Yeah, you definitely want to get the Claude subscription. It's cheaper. B-Job, what's up? Good to see you. If you guys are watching and haven't already joined the Discord, there is a link pinned to the chat. We've got a community of over 550 people, so. Guys, I think apples are the forbidden fruit. I'm gonna get another one. That's so fire. Hold up. What is this creating? What is it doing? You guys see what that just did? It created a bunch of garbage in like the source, the root directory. That was incorrect. Sam, you think it's this week? Are you joking? All right, let's launch Codex on this. Actually, a little bit upset about that. Review the code. Where are we currently at in this process? Which phase? Yeah, I don't use Gemini models either, but I think Gemini 3.0 is probably going to change some stuff. GPT definitely makes the most professional looking UIs, but Claude tends to add too much emojis, too many gradients, overlays, and stuff in that purple. Yeah, Tony. Okay, great. Complete phase 1. Bronny, so yeah, I mean, it's really fast. It's not going to be a super intelligent model that you want to use for like security stuff, but for fast refactors on like UI related stuff, I think it's going to be really good. I mean, it is interesting to think about where this is all headed when you do see the faster models like that, you know, like a 950 tokens a second model. And that's when you kind of see, okay, so for example, in 5 years, we will have models that are more intelligent than GPT-5 High and Opus that we have currently that are that fast. And when you put that into perspective, it's like, whoa, you know, you kind of see where things are headed because I mean, if you don't see that, if you can't see out into the future and know that that's what's coming, and probably even, you know, more so, you know, if you think that it's only been a couple years, right? Or we've gotten to this point from 3.5 to, you know, to where we're at today, and then you put that into perspective, it's like, oh, wow, you know, the world really is going to change, isn't it? And it's like, yeah, it's going to change. You're going to have models that are going 1,000 tokens per second that are smarter than the best models that we have today. Probably 2 times the intelligence level, if not more. So it's very interesting to think about. FL8 said, in 1 year we will have fast models better than current long thinking reasoning models. 100%. Yep. Bronny said, I don't even think 5 years. I mean, vibe coding was only really viable since early spring this year, and it's a huge difference. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so vibe coding initially was, you know, using ChatGPT to copy and paste, and that's changed, you know. It's crazy. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, join the Discord if you haven't already. We have over 550 members in the community, and it's growing every day. Yeah, 100% FL8. All right, so let's start working on a couple things at once here. I'm gonna have to do so. I'm gonna stream for another hour and a half. We're gonna keep on working, but after an hour and a half, I need to make marketing videos today using Stream Studio. So I want to make a marketing video today on our agentic functionality. So let's go over the agent functionality. I'm just going to show you guys on stream essentially how it works, and I'm going to make a Screen Studio video later. So while this is working for us, we're going to do that. So let's check this out. So we have 2 agents right now, and let's just do this. Let's just click Create New. And how the agents work is you essentially can drag and drop nodes with different things, right? So create video, create image. For some reason, though, there is a small bug. Like the first time, I wonder if Windsurf would be able to figure this out. So let's try this and say, there is a bug in the node palette on this page where when I try and drag and drop the first time, sometimes it doesn't actually drag the node. For example, it does not always drag the node on the first try. Sometimes I have to try again. Review the code in depth and identify why this is happening and think deeply about it and tell me, don't update the code, but just tell me what is happening and what is causing this. Yap coding. Yeah. So this is the SWE 1.5, and I'm actually kind of using it to, let's see how good it is. The issue is notice this, if I go here, that worked, but did you see that one? That one didn't work, right? So that's obviously an issue. So let's see if this one can actually figure out what the issue is. So it said that it found it. Integrate the fix. Because one thing that you could also do is you could use 1.5, and because it's so fast, you can have it do a lot more thinking, right? So skip that. So let's see if this now hits every time. Yes, nope. Nope, yes. So still not. All right, it's saying that it's updating it. So let's see now. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. There's just an issue here that should be very simple, right? It's I'm just having... Sometimes it doesn't drag. Also, I need to be able to drag around the canvas. Oh, geez. Super fast model, not very smart. There's dragging. Oh. Now that really messed it up. Jesse, thank you. Jesse said, hope you all are doing well. Like and subscribe for your support, chat. Let's go. Shout out to Jesse. All right, what's going on now? Yeah. I promise you, it is taking 2 attempts every time I try and drag and drop a node from the node palette onto the canvas. Identify and pinpoint what is causing this. Sam said, don't look smarter than GPT-5. To me, just much faster, yeah. Yeah, Sebastian. Sebastian said sometimes he gets mad because it keeps messing it up and it says it's fixed. Just part of the game, yeah. Yeah, it is not fixed. It just takes 2 tries. So, you know, let's see here. It is still not working. Would you actually describe what the source of the issue you think is so I can drop it into a smarter model, because you are stupid AF. It said you're right. All right. Give me the exact prompt to paste into Codex. Oh, that's actually a good point, Sam. So, are there any console errors? The problem is, here, let's expand this. Hold on, let's do responsive. All right. So, I mean, we could do it where you don't even have to drag and drop, right? I mean, you could do it where you just click on one and it adds it to the end, right? Hold on. Can I make it so that it... Okay. That worked. That didn't. All right, give me a handoff prompt to paste into ChatGPT. Thank you. Shout out to W Dan. All right, so let's now go over to Codex here. And I'm going to CD into the ViewCreator Creator UI. Launch Codex. Let's just confirm the model here. Hi. Paste it in. And then we're going to add the ViewCreator Creator UI slash... can I do that? Or is it Builder TX that I can do? Yeah. All right, cool. Master Mindful said, I like the orchestrated Claude Droid setup. How do you have it set up, though? It's not Droid. This is Codex. Okay. Let's see how that. Let's just see how it does. Let's see how the handoff model does. That worked. That didn't. Do you guys see? It's literally. It's almost. And now I can't even like drag around the canvas. So there's just some issues here. Is it this? Is this what it is? This what's... That's not it, because it doesn't generate. It always does that. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So after this stream is done, I'm going to be able to do a marketing demo on this. Jesse, this is Codex. Mastermind said, is everything set up in one directory, front end and back end? If you prompt one Claude instance to build a feature, why do you need the others? So I give them different tasks because our code base is very large, right? So instead of just working on one feature, I'm able to work on multiple things at once. And that's usually my workflow, is just multiple things at once. So I have, you know, like if I do an LS here, there's like a couple that are really important. It's these, I guess it's 5 here, the API, Creator UI, Database, and then the Sponsor UI, and the, you know, basically the Marketing UI. And those are the ones that are important. Thanks, Gato. What model is this working on? This is GPT-5 Codex High. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, there is a Discord link in the chat. Let me do a quick check to see. We got 553 people in the Discord, so. All right. Also, what do you guys think of the new, I've got the professional fits on these days. I got buttons on my shirts now. What do you guys think? My shirts have got buttons now. Not sure. There's just a weird issue with the nodes. Also dragging problems. We'll fix it. Yeah, GPT-5 Codex High for sure is better. Mohit, don't forget Codex, man. Thanks, Gato. All right, so let's actually try running one of these agents. I want to show you guys essentially how it works. So once you run an agent, there is an issue with the execution timeline here. There's a problem here that I want to fix. In the step execution timeline, the steps are not labeled correctly for some weird reason. They are all reading and saying write description, even though all of these are not descriptions. Identify what is causing this issue, as that is incorrect. And then I'm probably going to pass in the example of the of that agent just for context. So let's launch PG admin here. But this is how the agents work, and I'm going to demo this feature here. And it's working pretty well these days, guys. Agents. And remember, it's like, hey, the ultimate goal is we're going to connect to the other social platforms. So we're going to have a node where, you know, users can actually connect their account, let's say, and then they can actually make it so that the agent is able to do the post for them. Like literally creation and posting all in one. So let me go to agents, and I'm just going to, I mean, this will probably, so I mean, this is pretty good. So here's one. So struggling to go viral. Here's your blueprint. Stop the scroll. First 3 words trigger emotion. Use pattern interrupts visually. Ask questions on the first line. Yeah, we're not using SWE 1.5 right now. GraphPy said that's a pretty huge flex, to be honest. Pointy said, I was doing some code fixes via Codex on my phone yesterday and doing PRs to the project. Super cool. Yeah. Buttons on the shirt. Man's looking for VC money. Hey, you never know, man. That's hilarious. All right, so let's download all these now. Let's actually post this, right? So, I mean, these are good enough, right? I mean, those are fire. No misspellings. I mean, that's gas. I'm just kidding. All right, so let's go over to ViewCreator Instagram. And now let's post this, right? So post, make a post, select from the computer, and then where's the, can I rank these in date added, date created? All right, so it's this one. And that one, and then where's the second one? All right, so it's this one, this one, this one. Cool. Why are these not in the right order? All right, cool. All right, so just go next, and then next, and then we can literally just post in the description that I created, copy and paste. Wait, that's not right. When they copy, it should probably be not in the markdown. It should literally be the copy, but for now, we can just go like this. That's fine. All right, cool. So share. Yeah, Neek. Yes, we misbehaved. All right, so the post has been shared. So, you know, what I want to do is I want to start using it more. Okay, also Codex finished over here. Okay, the post has now been shared, so let's X out of this and actually see what it looks like. So here it is. And you guys can go look at this. I'll drop it in chat. Here's the Instagram if you guys want to go support that. What about this one? This one we posted. I'll like my own post. Yeah, no shame. No shame in it. Who even followed us? What is this, a bot? Probably somebody from stream. GraphI said, have you seen the new Minimax M2 model? Might be a game changer for people that have 256 gams of VRAM or unified. Jose said daily progress is massive. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, you know how it be, guys. All right, so let's see if this one actually fixed that issue that we were having in the create agents, right? So we can literally just, let's go back to AI agents here, create agent. And is it going to be on the first try? No, come on. How about instead of dragging and dropping nodes, instead of dragging and dropping nodes from the node palette, how about users just click a node and it will add it to the last step of the agent? So they just click instead of dragging. That makes it easier. And that's also a workaround for this problem that we're having. I'd rather it be consistent, just append it to the end of the agent, right? Consistency is key, Jesse. Let's go. All right, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Also, what's this? Okay, so let's actually run this migration real quick. Go here. npm run migration run. All right, cool. Now proceed with next steps. Cool. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Just gotta use the restroom. All right, a couple people that joined the Discord that I want to give a shout out to. Shout out to Invent to Learn. Shout out to Refresh, and shout out to Old Dirty. Welcome to the BridgeMind community. Thank you guys. If you guys are interested in joining, all you have to do is click the link that's pinned in chat. Totally free to join. All right, so it said, great migration run applied, add scheduled posts, so the DB is current. Phase 1 groundwork is officially complete, which means you're clear to start Phase 2. Recommended next move, so make sure every environment has encryption key, Google YouTube client ID, Google YouTube this, Google, okay. Okay. All right, so let me launch Cursor in my other window here. And I will say though, one thing I'm going to talk a little bit about Windsurf versus Cursor, because this was I actually bought the Windsurf plan in today's, stream. So I want to talk about it a little bit. So, obviously Windsurf is way behind Cursor, and, let's just pull up Windsurf and talk about it a little bit. Windsurf has not evolved yet and is not evolving to the direction that Cursor is heading. And Cursor now has this agents window that's very helpful. They have, the browser tool to be able to just click boom, browser, and you can do browser. You can even do Google Chrome if you guys saw that. So, I mean, I'm just very, very impressed. Windsurf, they have this SWE 1.5, which is interesting, but, not going to be using that apart from what we used it for with the edits that we were working on with just the small refactoring that we were doing was nice, but in general I don't know. Yeah, Jose, Banana Republic, I don't even know what this is. I have a bunch of nice shirts, and this actually from my finance days I used to wear these shirts, and I think it's kind of for the memes, just to wear what I used to wear into work. So you guys are going to see me wear some nicer shirts for sure. Yeah, I used to dress. I call it dressing up. I will say when I was a finance bro, I was a good one. I was a good finance bro. Spider-Man shirt tomorrow? Okay, I don't think I'm going to be doing the Spider-Man thing, guys. I kind of made a decision on that, and okay, I know you guys are probably going to be a little bit upset, but my perspective on it is this. I think that's a little bit too streamer, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like we have, a pretty professional thing going for us, and, I don't want to wear a freaking Spider-Man outfit. It's not very professional, so I decided against it. I was like, nah. Even though that would be hilarious, it's just, yeah, nah. All right, so I already have everything. Okay, so I already have these set. So I already have these env variables set, as you can confirm from the screenshot. Codex just hammered that out. That was really good. I now want you to proceed on to the next phase. Jose said, just asking because I'm making a fashion app, so trying to see where everybody's shopping from. Next gen fashion app. Let's go, Jose. Yeah, the Spider-Man under my shirt. Yeah, so for Halloween tomorrow, I'm actually doing nothing for Halloween. And I thought it would actually be fun to, just actually stream essentially while everybody's out getting hammered and doing debauchery, and I think that's kind of cool when you know that your competition is out having a good time. Actually, probably the competition that I have is probably going to be working, but I think that people fall behind a lot in life because they get distracted by things that don't matter in the long term. And if you can suck it up and just deal with it for a bit and just make the most out of, hey, getting through those certain things that you have to get through. Hey, I look at it and I'm saying to myself, all right, I have something going for me here. Obviously, we're on a mission. We have a lot going for us. It is my duty to be able to continue forward every single day and make progress every single day, I can't go out and drink and get like, then be like, you know, feel bad the next day and waste it like 2 days, you know. And sure, like that may be like what some people call like a break, or, you know, let loose and whatnot. But letting loose for me is like working out or going on a run or reading. That's what letting loose for me is. It's not, you know, letting loose doesn't have to be drinking and being an idiot, you know. And I think I learned that about like 2-3 years ago. Mohit, what's up? It's Whisperflow. Heek Knight said, hey bro, you wanna be good at coding? Well, start working on projects, man. All right, so let's see if that node environment. What's up, Doom? How's it going? Thank you, Yusuf. Yeah. All right, so now instead of dragging, you just kind of add it. Now improve the hover effects so that people kind of, it has better hover effects and active effects for clicking on different nodes. All right, that's a lot better. So you just do boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. And then you can obviously switch them around. I think that's better than dragging and dropping. Because you can switch them. All right, so. You just woke up, Doom? Hey, good work on the Discord server. There's a couple things that I saw that I'm a fan of. A quick question for Doom. When people join, so I see we have this welcome channel now, right? But one thing is what do they have to do, like, once they join? Can they immediately access everything, or, like, what's the deal there? Did you change anything around? And you can DM me on Discord, or honestly, just chat's fine as well. All right. So, hover effect. Sebastian said, yeah, that's true. It's kind of a balance. Some people will be destroyed for 1 week while others can come back the next and work. But I'm 18, so I try and find a good balance. Yeah. Or the next day. Yeah. Yeah. All right, this is looking good now. This platform's so ready to go. So sick. I'm excited to do marketing videos today. All right, let's see this. All right, so this is the carousel generator. Let's actually test this again to see if this works. I was given this unprocessable entity error. So let's see if that's now fixed. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are live every single day. It's very rare that I take... I don't take any days off from work, but there are some instances where I have to like do a little bit of traveling, like maybe like once a week, once every other week. Next Monday, I'm going to be doing some traveling, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do for that, especially since we have the bug bounty that's starting that day, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But, all right, 1157 still throwing this error. Okay, where is the API actually running here? All right, let's kill some of these. All right, so here's the ViewCreator AI. Okay. Sounds good, Doom. Because one thing is, it's like, hey, when people join, I would be inclined, like, for example, I was kind of playing around in another server yesterday, and it was a little bit too restrictive, right? Like, I was confused as the person joining, like, what do I have to do to be able to actually see all the channels and stuff? So I don't want to make it too restrictive, but just like a simple introduction in the introduction channel would be good, I think. And also, I like that welcome bot. I like how it says you're the 500th member. I think that's cool. All right. Where is this running? Kill the task running on port 3001. Continue with next steps. All right, so this is actually going to wire this up. Yeah, potentially, Doom. Also, I did create that marketing channel, so I'll probably be posting stuff in there as soon as today. Once I'm done streaming, I'm gonna probably spend about 2 to 3 hours today on making Screen Studio videos. Joey Loves Sarah asked a good question. He said, what are your biggest pain points when vibe coding? What comes to mind? Definitely debugging can be challenging at times. If you're stuck on a bug where it's genuinely like stuck, sometimes it'll be like really stuck. And that's like one of the drawbacks of vibe coding now. Also, speed is still an issue, but the models at this point are smart enough to be able to do a lot for you. But it is interesting, we were talking on the stream just about some of these better models and how, if we have a model in a year from now that can do, the output of like, 1,000 tokens a second and is as smart as, GPT-5, it's going to change the world, which is just insane when you really think about that. Yeah, thanks, Doom. All right, so this is going to wire that up. And then in terms of this, let's make this fail again, because this failed. So let's do the carousel generator again, drag and drop the example carousel image and generate, and this is going to fail. So let's just get the logs. And now I'm going to launch Codex. Mohit said, I am new here, probably need to watch older streams to know how you created the PRDs and tasks. Yeah, well, Mohit, so I'm actually starting a new series on the channel where I'm going to be kind of doing it like more, I'm starting a new company called Vibe Academy. So we're going to create a company that competes with Codecademy and Udemy. And this company is going to be able to, essentially have, certification courses for vibe coding. And in that project, it's going to be more of a video series instead of live streaming. And I'm going to do a better job of like actually having videos for each step of the process. So if you guys are new here and are interested in that, make sure that you like and subscribe and join the Discord so you can be around for that, because I think you're going to be able to learn a lot. All right, Doom said the rules channel will look way better today once the level system is fully ready. I will make it an everyone announcement. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Doom. Shout out to Yusuf for following the Instagram. Appreciate it, man. Joey Love Sarah said, thanks, dude. What do you do to reduce competitive things when you're vibe coding, like not typing or saying the same things over and over, or is that necessary to some extent? Okay, so that's actually a really good question, and one that somebody in chat, somebody from our community actually taught me. So I'll just actually show you through a perfect example, and I need to do this anyway, so I think this is going to be a perfect example for you. So watch this. So in Cursor, if I use, let's just use Composer 1 because it's fast. If you do a slash, so you'll see that, a /, you have these commands, right? And I kind of was joking around because the person that taught me this was Dan, or Danny in chat. So I have a wdan command. And what you can do is if you see down here, this create command, if you click this, you essentially give it a command name. So I'm just going to do Joey example. And in this one, you then write your instructions to the agent, right? So you essentially write a repeatable prompt. So let's just make this one, fix any lint errors in the project. Run npm run lint and fix, right? So then, now this is created, I can do a slash, and this Joey example is right there, and you can see that this is the prompt, right? So it's essentially a pre-built prompt. So then I can do that, and then I can add the ViewCreator UI, and then that's it. That's all I have to pass in, right? So that's like one example where, you don't have to do things over and over if you're like doing something like that, right? It's almost like a stored prompt, which is really nice. So that one had no errors. So instead of having to run that again, I do Joey example and then do another project, right? So let's drop in the creator UI, right? Drop that one in. Then, all that's loading up. We'll do another one, Joey example at ViewCreator sponsor UI. So that's a pretty good trick. Also, if you guys are new around here, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And join the Discord. The Awakened, what's up, man? Welcome back. Doom said that so far he hasn't seen anyone have the new Cursor agents clash. Yeah, do they have like something in them where they do a better job of not, clashing? Do you think that's why? All right, so then you can launch another one. And then also I have pre-built ones like wdan is a good command. This one's pretty good. Yeah, Mohit, I'm kind of with you on that one. All right, so it says that this is now going to work. So let's go to calendar and see if this is now hooked up. Where can I go to test what you just did? Man, that SWE 1.5 actually did make our responsiveness way better. Very fast, too. What page can I go to on the front end, though, to test it? I mean, it should be hooked up to the calendar here to be able to, integrate socials. Oh, there's a connected accounts page. Let's try this. Connected accounts. Okay, no. No, I don't think I saw Doom. I had a pretty busy last night, and then this morning as well. Just this one, though, Doom. I guess this one, too. All right, let's get... So this would be a good one for that Windsurf. So because this model is so fast, you can just drop in the entire repo. Identify any buttons that are purple and properly make sure that they are the correct color and theme. So just drop all that in. Joey Love Sarah said, what are you doing for dependency documentation, like context about a specific library you are using? I don't have like a super complex system about that. Great, now change them to not be purple. Or did it already do it? No, it didn't. So that leave review. Leave review is purple. So this should change. No response requested. No response requested. All right, so Windsurf kind of sucks. It just keeps saying no response requested. All right. Identify all buttons in the application that are purple and update them to not be purple. Make them the blue color that goes to the theme. They got the purple color just because we used AI to do it, right? The task checklist. The task checklist is kind of just like the standard cursor, whisper, or whatever that even is. Windsurf. They have those. So yeah, I mean, cursor is a lot better than Windsurf for sure. It did fix this one. Yeah, I love cursor. So much better. I need you to create the page for this now and properly integrate it with the backend so that I can actually connect my accounts respectively and hook all of this logic up. All right, it was on the 404 page as well, right? So just this. Wow, I literally found all of them. Wow. Improve the styling of the 404 page in the ViewCreator Creator UI. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, join the Discord if you haven't already. Is the new Cursor agent better than Claude Code? I think that Cursor has definitely upped their game. I think Claude Code is still going to have its place in the, the vibe coding stack, but definitely impressed. Okay, so this is saying that the carousel generator is now working. So let's go test that real quick. All right, just paste this in. Thanks, Doom. Yeah, so I kind of just answered that, Joey. But Cursor versus Claude Code, I mean, I'm going to keep using them both. I like Claude Code with Ultra Think. I like Cursor probably the best now. All right, so unprocessable entity again. So still the same issue. Oh. Killed the task running on port 3001. You think so, Doom? Ben Harburg? No. Who is that? Ben Harburg. Yeah, no, I don't know who that is. All right, let's test this again. Oh. Oh, I'm not authenticated. Yeah, pVisual. pVisual just asked what ViewCreator is. So ViewCreator is currently in open beta, has over 600 creators on the platform now, but it's an all-in-one platform where you're able to create viral content using AI. And we have a long-term vision for the product where essentially we're going to be able to create a platform so that when AI content generation tools get better, you're going to be able to use this platform for many different aspects of the content generation process. You'll literally be able to create agents to be able to go from content generation all the way to actually publishing on your, whatever it is, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. And so, for example, we have that AI agents where you're able to create agentic workflows with images, videos, descriptions, and there's gonna be more options as we roll this out. But right now what I'm working on is the integration with the YouTube API so that people can actually schedule posts. But we have a bunch of different tools also for specific platforms. For example, X, we have a viral post generator, a reply generator, and then on Instagram right now we're working on the Instagram carousel generator. So let's continue to kind of just take a look at this and see if we can get this working. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna let these agents run. I'm gonna grab some food real quick. I'll be right back. Kill the task running on port 3001. Yeah, I live alone. Oh. Oh, it was a prompt limit? Can you update the front end page so that users know about this limit, in that, you know, if they paste in there over that limit in the input, that it lets them know? How much did Cursor get in VC? And how much are they worth? How much is Cursor valued at? How much is Cursor AI valued at? 9.9 billion? Wow. That's incredible. Wow. So in June, they got 900 million at a 9.9 billion. evaluation. So was this prompt just over that limit, and that's why I was failing? I mean, this can't be 5,000 characters, can it? It's only 1,000. That's funny. We've got pretty much like everything in our YouTube suite works, everything in our X suite works. And then this works. This was working yesterday. I just built this yesterday, so this should work. We're getting this weird unprocessable entity, and I think we did fix that error. Yeah, so here it is. Yeah, so we fixed the first error. Second error, though, is that it's not labeling them correct. So how about this? Update the... Well, the problem is it's giving this 3 because we dropped in an image that had a 3 on it, right? So, for example, if we go over to the playground and we use NanoBandit edit, we can literally generate this image, but we can make it so that it removes that step. Remove the step 2 from this image. All right, so let's create this. Failed to start generation. Hold on. Kill the task running on port 3001. What did you use before to do before. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. I use a variety of tools to do what I do, right? I used vidIQ, which is $20 a month subscription. I used Noda, which is $100 for the whole year for the transcriptions. And then I used ChatGPT for the descriptions. And I actually have to write my own prompt for that. Zuhaib, what's up? Okay, so let's launch this. All right, cool. And what's going on with this? Oh, that's what I was getting yesterday too. What the heck? What's going on with this? What is causing this error in the playground generator? Review the logs and identify what's causing it and plan a fix. Oh, what did I used to do? Oh, I'm a startup founder. So I literally did exactly what you guys are seeing I was doing before I started sharing it. So literally, like, I think that's why, from the conversations that I've had with some of you, that's the why we've been able to build such a good community, is because you guys know that I don't want to be a content creator. I never will be a content creator. I just wanted to share the journey and help people along the way. So that's why, I don't put a ton of effort into like creating a bunch of like videos and stuff or content, because I don't want to be a content creator. I want to do exactly what I was doing, but share it, build a community, and yeah. Kill the task running on port 3001. It's decent, Doom. Probably a reason to cancel WhisperFlow. WhisperFlow just got absolutely... I mean, the thing is WhisperFlow is nice because I use it still for like different things. Like I literally use it everywhere I go, right? So I have WhisperFlow and I can take that everywhere. Even when I did this search, I literally, I said how much is cursor valued at. I didn't type that in, I just said it, right? So there's still value in WhisperFlow, But if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's see if we can get this solved here. Looks like we did. I think so, yeah, cool. So that was Composer 1 that did just a quick fix on that. Cool. Okay, that removed way too much. So I can reference that too. And you can do up to 6 images here. Remove this 2 in the image, but keep the image the exact same apart from removing that. Have you tried cursors? Oh yeah, I already read that, yeah. Thanks, Doom. All right, so now, for example, if we use this, it may be better in the Instagram generator, for example, this carousel generator, if we do this and we drop the same prompt in, just without, one thing I don't like is it's sharing. Okay, hold on here. So let's screenshot this and let's actually use Composer. Or no, let's use this. Review the response that I got. It is now working, but I have an issue. Does Nano Banana edit or add a watermark to images, only generate images? It can, yeah. So you can essentially, like if I wanted to watermark that, right, I could just pass in, the ViewCreator logo as a watermark. This is the prompt that I gave it. It should be properly able to work as a cohesive unit. That's the reason that the Instagram carousel generator exists, right? Is that the images that are being generated work together so that, for example, carousel slide 1, the introduction, how to go viral on Instagram, and then slide 2, it says that. But for some reason, this job, instead of creating those different slides, it instead just created a bunch of identical images. It doesn't work together. So identify what's wrong and how we could update the code to actually get the Instagram carousel generator working in this way. All right. All right, and then what page was this? What page did you create that I can go to test this? Oh, it's settings connected accounts. Oh, it's right here. All right, so this is where you should be able to connect to YouTube. So this is actually pretty big. We're gonna test this right now. So let's just click connect to YouTube and it should launch like an authenticator, which it did. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna, so if I just do like, oh wow. If I do BridgeMind, Google hasn't verified this app yet. Okay, well that's good, that's good. All right, back to safety. All right, so cool. So it did work, it did redirect to that where I would set it up, right? But it just hasn't verified the application yet. So that's really, really good. It said that Google hasn't verified this app yet. What do I do to fix that? Oh, it's because you need to like upload stuff as well. I think Brother Codes yesterday was telling me that you need to upload a demo to do that as well. Yeah, ComW, let's go. ComCoin, let's go. All right. So you got 3 options. Keep testing without verification in Google Console and API, OAuth consistency, and make sure the app is in testing mode and add every email you'll use under test users. I thought I already did that yesterday, but okay, thanks, Doom. I'll check that off stream. All right, so Google Cloud Console. All right, and I also need to do marketing today for ViewCreator, so I have to end the stream here soon so that I can do that. I can't kill too much time on stream. So I'm actually, that's a good point. I told myself I needed to wrap it up early today. So guys, I'm gonna work on ViewCreator marketing. Just as a reminder, we do have the BridgeMind Hackathon starting on November 3rd next week. So if you guys haven't already signed up, you can go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon and you can just enter your Discord username here. Let's check the leaderboard to see how many people have already entered, and it looks like 44 people have already entered. So if you haven't already joined, it's there are $500 in prizes, and yeah, it's starting November 3rd and it's going to go till the 10th. So essentially how it works is you just enter your Discord username, you join the BridgeMind Discord server, you create an account on ViewCreator.ai, and you can report bugs in the hackathon channel. So really excited for that next week. I need to work on marketing now, though. So if you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so already. There's a link pinned in the chat. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. And let's make some progress. Also, tomorrow's Halloween, so it's going to be great to be able to grind on Halloween. So I will see you guys tomorrow.